ready?
Yep.
All right. Good afternoon. First off, we thank everyone for attending. Panama City Police Department announces the first wave of arrest after a multi-year investigation into a local drug trafficking organization. This all began October 24th. PCPD investigators working distribution at a local motel into street-level methamphetamine dealers. Over the course of the next 18 months, this expanded into the surrounding areas. Local, state, and federal partners ultimately dismantled a drug network. During the investigation, law enforcement seized over 48 pounds of methamphetamine, cocaine, marijuana, fentanyl, other illicit drugs, firearms, and $26,000 in illegal assets. I'm going to lead us into no single agency can successfully combat organized drug trafficking alone. Criminal organizations don't recognize jurisdictional boundaries. So we're confined by jurisdiction, but it's nice to have this partnership that we have with local, state, and federal law enforcement to where we can expand outside that, dismantle these networks, get them all the way up to the head, and that's exactly what we've done. The representatives that we have, Panama City Beach PD, great partnership, Walton County Sheriff's Office partnership, Jackson County Sheriff's Office, FHP, FDLE, Gulf County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Marshal Service, DEA, and amongst others. There's a lot that went into this. These are just the faces that are here to represent us today, but really the hat goes off to all the investigators, the analysts, the officers, the deputies, the troopers, the agents, communication personnel, our crime analysts, evidence technicians, our TAC teams, all the support staff that played a key role in this. It's a big operation, a lot of manpower, and the boots on the ground are actually still out there fighting the fight. So I want this operation to send a clear message. If you choose to traffic illegal narcotics in our community, know that law enforcement agencies are working together. We will continue sharing information, combining resources, and pursuing those who profit from addiction and violence. Big shout out to our state attorney's office, Larry Bassford. That's what comes next. We've made this case. They've been hand in hand throughout, and then they're going to hold all these individuals accountable for their actions and to the fullest extent. So I'll let step up.
John Deegan's Deputy Chief for Panama City Beach Police Department. I think everybody here probably knows somebody that's been victimized by narcotics, illegal narcotics. And I think the message here is very clear that you cannot hide through jurisdictional boundaries, because here in Northwest Florida, we're all one team, and we all come together to make sure that our community is safe. And like Captain Patterson said, I just want to give a shout out to all the law enforcement officers that helped on this case. They put in so much time to make a case like this. They spend time away from their families, they miss birthdays, holidays, and there's just a lot of work that goes into this. So thank you so much to all the law enforcement officers that helped out on this case. I also want to thank our community, because we're blessed here in Northwest Florida. We have a community that supports our law enforcement, and we really appreciate that. We couldn't do it without their support, and I just want to make that message clear to the narcotic traffickers. If you're dealing illegal narcotics in this area, we're coming after you. Thank you.
Just a few words from Gulf County. So happy to see this come to a head here. This is a result of months and months of investigations, as the Chief said. A lot of hard work. So whether it's big city, is what we call it, from Bay County, Panama City, over to small Weewahitchka and Port St. Joe, the influence that they have and the lives that they impact, not only distributing this deadly drug throughout the area here, but affecting families and lives. And we're so glad to see these faces here that will ultimately be brought to justice and pay the price for the bad acts that they've done over the course of the last several years. So again, this is a definition of teamwork throughout the different agencies, and just proud to be a part of it. And again, like Assistant Chief said, we're thankful for the community providing the information. This doesn't just come, because we know so many times as the community steps forward and does the right thing by reporting things like this, and we're definitely grateful to them on that. Thank you.
So Peter Overstreet on behalf of the state of Florida for the State Attorney's Office with Larry Bassford. So, of course, I want to thank, we have the finest law enforcement in the entire state of Florida here in Northwest Florida. And because of all of their hard work, you see all of these people up on this board that are about to face justice in our courtrooms. What I can let you know is that on behalf of the state of Florida, we worked hand in hand with all of these agencies to bring these people to justice. And in fact, they can be doing a lot of time, I can tell you that. And our office is going to seek the maximum punishments possible we can against them and hold them to account. And we want this to be a message, just as Assistant Chief and Captain Patterson said, to those drug traffickers out there, those drug dealers out there, that we're going to find you, we're going to arrest you, and we're going to put you in prison. Thank you.
Guys, open it up for questions. We can hit a few.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about how this drug trafficking organization started and what exactly they were doing across Northwest Florida?
So, drug trafficking, people think at the lower level we're just dealing with a little bit of drugs. That little bit of drugs is tied to a lot of drugs. It's tied to a lot more drugs, and there's a supply chain. So what's cool about this supply chain is this started at the low level addict on the street that you probably stereotypically see, and it worked on up, and it's still working up. So we were able to track that up and to the next level, and each time it's expanded out and further, and it's still going. So this is the first wave. I expect everyone that has any dealing, even secondhand, third-hand dealing with individuals that are arrested that we have here today, should be trembling right now, because we are coming. Your turn's coming. You're participating in illegal activity, illegal drug distribution, and this team isn't stopping. We're just getting started.
So how organized was this group? Was this like a singular organization? Was there a head guy, or how did they operate?
Well, our job is to catch these illegal traffickers, and it's their job not to get caught. So in each advancement that they make, it's countered by an advancement. So over time, it's gotten pretty advanced. It's a illegal business that is off the radar and by design, and it's our job to infiltrate that.
And I read here that this began at a local hotel. Can you explain how that kind of tied into all of this?
So, in the community, we obviously have drug users, drug dealers, and at the low level, the high level, this is a local motel. We'll disclose later time, but again, things are still ongoing. But coming off tip from the community of activity happening, and our investigators and officers combating that tip, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
So how far did this network go? Was it multi-state, multi-region?
So we're outside the state, and that's the great partnership with DEA when we get at the federal level, to where again, these partnerships, and we're just expanding on and on. But again, it's still ongoing. We're still tracing it out.
Can you explain why it took 18 months to kind of make arrests and come to this point?
So in the Operation Slow Play. These things don't happen overnight. It takes us time. This isn't the first 48 or a TV show that everything's wrapped up in an hour and a half movie. We investigate. We want to make thorough cases. Also, we want to keep tracing up as far as we can, and make a move all at once. That's kind of the best way to disrupt it all at one time, rather than just hitting the low-level bottom.
So in the release, you mentioned that you were able to get illicit pharmaceuticals off of them. Was that part of their operation, or was it just limited to drugs?
So primary in this, the significant number we have is 48 pounds of methamphetamine. That's in total so far what's been seized on this case. And you'll see some of the images above, but that's a significant amount of meth. That like I said, it starts at a large amount like that, and it breaks down all the way to street level that are buying, a tenth of a gram, a quarter gram, and it breaks down all the way down. So with drugs, other drugs go hand in hand. That's why we have cocaine seizures, marijuana seizures, firearm seizures, other pharmaceuticals are just illegal prescription drugs and such. All that goes hand in hand. Drug dealers aren't specific to their brand.
Did these individuals live all across like different counties in Northwest Florida, or why did it take so many people?
So it's the whole surrounding area, really. We're in Bay County, we're in Washington County, Gulf County, Jackson County. It's spread out.
So I know you can't tell us everything because there's operational security involved, but can you kind of go into some generalizations about how your intelligence model worked on your side, like procedures, technology use, stuff like that?
I'm not going to quite disclose all of our tactics. Like I said, the drug dealers it's their job not to get caught. It's our job to catch them, and it's a chess match all the way along.
Is it believed that they knew each other at all?
So I guess the best way to break this down is, you have basically the highest level that usually breaks down to several levels, which breaks down to several more levels, and each time just kind of spider webs out. So we're not going to clearly paint that picture of exactly how it flows, but they're all tied, and then it ties even further. So the way I see it is these illegal drugs, probably came across our border, and even all the way down to the street level gram holder. Well, that gram was connected to an ounce. That ounce was connected to a kilo. That kilo was connected to a cartel, and it's all funding the whole network.
How many people were arrested in total?
We have 18 above. We still have a few outstanding, and then several more arrests still to come. So this is first wave.
And this is 50 pounds of methamphetamine. What kind of power does that drug have, and what kind of effects can it have on the community?
Methamphetamine is, for one, it's a dangerous drug. It's also highly addictive. It's highly costly. So a lot of these people and users are on you'd be surprised, $100, $200 a day habit without a job. So I think that's the effects that it has on families and locally on community is what goes along with this. It's not just addiction, but that spreads to other crimes, like spreads to broken families, domestics, thefts. There's a lot of stuff supporting these habits, and that's what we are ultimately trying to clean up in our community.
And for some, it may be surprising to know that a trafficking organization was, started right in their hometown. How would you tell people watching that may be surprised, about this happening for so long?
I wouldn't say there's going to be maybe a big surprise. I think drugs are everywhere. Some people hide it better than others, and right now we pulled the bag off, and we're revealing those participating, the bad actors in our communities that are participating in this illegal trade.
Are you guys doing anything to make sure another group doesn't just come in and fill the vacuum?
Look, we're going to be doing this the rest of our careers, the rest of our rookies' careers. This battle has been fought for a long time, and it'll continue to be fought. And all we can do is take an aggressive stance, which we all have done. Our community's done. Our community supports, and we'll keep bringing the fight.
Are there any victims that you're aware of who maybe died or something happened to them because of these drugs that they were dealing?
So I don't have specific victims in this, but everyone who is associated with these individuals is probably going to be victimized in some way, whether it's a kid, a family member, a parent, even on the addiction side, there are victims associated with all this. It's a lot of sad stories.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I think I hit a lot. You guys good?
Proud of your guys.
Thank you so much.
Our guys are, every one of these leaders up here and representatives up here, our guys are the ones that did this. They're the ones that missed birthdays and holidays and long nights on weekends and away from their family. And, everyone in this, they would probably do it for free. You get that much narcotics coming into your community, it's great reward getting that off the street.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.